and that was none other than Billy Joel. Well, the people went nuts, right? So I said, I don't know if Billy's still here. I said, Billy, if you're here, please come up. We'd love to do something with you. And, there was a little bit of a ruckus in the crowd. I was ready to start scenes from an Italian restaurant. And all of a sudden, I see from to my left, stage left, he was walking up a ramp that comes up to the stage. And there were a couple PBO officers, and obviously Alexis and the girls. And I told you what the girls did. They ran up. And then I started talking to Billy, and I had to go into this headspace that I've never existed.
What is
Okay.
that headspace?
Well,
Describe
I
that
went over to
moment.
my piano with Billy Joel, and I sat at the piano and started playing my piano with Billy Joel there. And I was just saying he wanted to do We Didn't Start the Fire, which I wasn't so sure why he picked that, but I wasn't, it's Billy, whatever you want to do. So we started getting into it, and you can really, if you listen to some of the videos, you hear some of the banter. And he said something like, I didn't know it was going to work today. And then he was kidding
God.
around.
Of
And
course.
then once we got him settled, because our band uses in ear monitors. Bands that use in ear monitors don't have any vocal feedback coming from speakers, it's all in your ears. So, had we put Billy up there without putting a monitor in front of him, he wouldn't have heard anything that he wanted to hear. So, I had our sound man, Joe Riley from Jack Flash Sound. He's one of the best around. And I told him in the dressing room, because he was in there with us, I says, you got to go out there and put a monitor up. And he was right on it.
Shout out to Joe.
Oh,
Yes.
amen. Yeah. So Joe walked up, and Billy now is sitting at my piano. And oh, by the way, I said, so am I singing or are you singing?
Fair
And
question.
everybody went, Billy, you singing? And I didn't have a
You
problem with
officially
that.
lost your job at that point. Yes.
Yeah, no, it's okay. I have no problem losing my job to that man. Um, so anyway, he was like, okay. So I said to him, I says, are you good? And he said, yeah, I'm good. He says, as long as I don't screw up the lyrics. And then he asked me how we were going to start the song, because that song, typically in concert, they have Crystal Taliaferro going crazy on the percussion, and then they go into the song. So I told him, I go, we're going to do it old school. We're going to just count it in and we're off. So, and he said something, and I went, wait a minute, don't you know the guy that wrote this song?
Love the humor. Oh my
And
God.
he goes, oh yeah, I know the guy that wrote this.
Off
So
the
we
cuff.
started the song. And I went over to stage right where my guitar player usually sings, so I could sing the backgrounds with him. He went into the first verse, he was fine. He went through the chorus, it was fine. When he went to go for the next verse, he forgot it. And I saw it. He looked at me, so help me God. He looked at me as if to say, help. And I just went over. It was only 10 feet. But I'm, believe it or not, all this went through my mind in seconds. How am I going to do this? I'll just sing. If I just go up to him and start singing in the line, he'll know. So I think it looked, how many people noticed that he didn't sing? It was pretty obvious, but maybe in the moment they weren't thinking it, and they just saw me go over there and do like a duet with him.
It was just a shared experience in
It
the
was,
moment. Yeah, of
yeah,
course.
yeah. And it happened one other time after that, but not terrible. Um, we got through it. It really, over, other than the little blips, it came out great.
That's rock and roll
Even
for you. The blips.
Yeah, the blips, the human blips.